Hey everyone, welcome back to another explainer. Okay, today we're looking at a medical intervention that is just so incredibly ordinary we honestly almost forget it even exists. We're talking about the transformative power of a daily walk. I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? But stick with me, because by the end of this, you are going to see exactly how this one fundamental movement literally rewires your entire body.
So, let me ask you this. What if the single most powerful health habit you could possibly adopt didn't require some pricey gym membership or, bulky equipment that eventually just turns into a really expensive clothes rack? We've all been totally conditioned to believe that workouts have to be these grueling, sweat-drenched ordeals. But as you'll see, the science actually paints a radically different picture.
The reality? It's literally just a 30-minute walk. I think a lot of us drastically underestimate walking because, well, it just feels too easy. We think no pain, no gain, right? But actually, just half an hour a day creates undeniable, systemic changes from your brain all the way down to your metabolism.
All right, let's dive into part one, real-time reactions. Okay, so imagine you just stepped out your front door. Right at minute 1, your cardiovascular system immediately wakes up. Your heart starts pumping a bit faster, and that ramps up blood circulation everywhere. By the time you hit minute 15, your oxygen delivery is just totally optimized. And over time, this acts as this amazing stress-free training for your heart. It strengthens the heart muscle and lowers blood pressure safely, without putting your body under any kind of extreme stress.
Now, what's really interesting here is that the benefits aren't just from the neck down. As you hit your stride, your brain actively starts releasing endorphins and boosting serotonin. You are quite literally shifting your own brain chemistry into a happier, much calmer state. And at the exact same time, all that increased blood flow is actively sharpening your focus. It's like a mental reset button.
And here's the crazy part. That immediate rush of blood flow and those mood-boosting chemicals, they compound over time. The research heavily suggests that people who walk regularly have a significantly lower risk of cognitive decline as they age. Think about that for a second. A daily walk isn't just about clearing your head for the afternoon. It is physically protecting your brain's memory and functional focus for decades to come. That is absolutely huge.
Moving right along to part 2, post-walk changes. So you've finished your 30 minutes, you're back home, taking off your shoes, but your body is actually still hard at work. A lot of folks think walking isn't intense enough for real fat loss. But get this, a brisk 30-minute walk can burn up to 250 calories. It absolutely shatters the myth that you have to do high-intensity interval training just to burn off significant energy.
And looking a little deeper beneath the surface, walking actively improves what's called your insulin sensitivity. Basically, this means your body becomes incredibly efficient at regulating blood sugar. It takes that sugar and shuttles it directly into your energy-starved muscles instead of just storing it as fat. Over time, if you pair this daily movement with healthy eating, your body becomes an absolute machine at dropping fat.
But you might be wondering, what about your physical structure? A lot of times we associate exercise with achy joints and stiffness. Well, if we compare high-impact workouts, which put extreme stress on the body and can be super harsh on the joints, against daily walking, the contrast is stark. This gentle walking movement actually lubricates your joints and strengthens the muscles right around them. Your legs, your core, your lower back, they're all getting stronger, which actively reduces stiffness and lowers the risk of arthritis pain.
Which brings us to a really foundational rule of human health. Consistency beats intensity. I really want you to anchor on this idea. Showing up for a gentle, joint-lubricating walk every single day is vastly superior to doing some punishing, extreme workout once every 2 weeks that leaves you too sore to even move off the couch.
Okay, let's look at part 3, the nighttime benefits.
So the physical exertion of your daytime walk directly translates to what happens later when your head hits the pillow. If you're someone who struggles with sleep, this is the cause and effect loop you have been looking for. Walking outside, especially in natural daylight, helps regulate your circadian rhythm. And because you've burned off energy and lowered stress hormones like cortisol during the day, your body is totally primed to fall asleep faster and enter a much deeper state of recovery at night. It's just a brilliant, self-sustaining positive cycle.
Next up is part 4, lifelong compounding effects.
When we zoom out to the macro level here, the research consistently shows that walkers tend to live much longer. Regular walking acts as this massive shield against major chronic diseases. Your risk of heart disease completely plummets. Your diabetes risk is lowered through that improved insulin sensitivity we just talked about, and obesity is managed via a really steady metabolism boost. It's honestly one of the absolute simplest habits directly linked to human longevity. I want to leave you with this profound thought to summarize the biology we've just explored together. 30 minutes a day might not feel totally life-changing in the moment. It just feels, well, completely normal. But over the span of months and years, making this highly approachable activity a permanent fixture in your daily life, it absolutely alters the trajectory of your health, for sure.
Finally, let's get to part 5, your action plan.
The absolute best part about all of this is that you do not need to start big. Actually, please don't start big. Just start with a completely frictionless 10 minutes tomorrow. That is it. Just 10 minutes. Once that feels natural, bump it up to 15. Eventually, you'll easily reach that 30-minute sweet spot. Remember, there's no gym, no fancy gear, no complicated routines you have to memorize. Your body is biologically designed for exactly this.
So I'm going to leave you with this final question to ponder. Where will your 30 minutes take you today? You've got the science, and you've got the simplest action plan possible. Get out there, empower yourself with movement, and start transforming your health literally one step at a time. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.